Hey, Buff the Movie Buck back here to talk about a movie that's been out for a while. 2015 film nominated for Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Director, many other things, screenplay. And it ended up, I think, only taking the Best Actress in a leading role for Brie Larson, which is Room. Uh, I thought it was a one time flick for me. It was intense. Although without giving spoilers, I don't think it has the most terrible ending for the story that's told. And in fact, it's actually quite hopeful in some sense. If you're an optimistic person and have an optimistic outlook on life, one of those movies that maybe doesn't conclude as much as some would like a nicely wrapped and tied package. This one leaves you wondering and kind of coming up with the own ending for yourself as a viewer. That being said, I ended up watching this with my daughter and was captivated, mesmerized, and pulled in again. It was on Netflix recently streaming, so just ended up sitting down and watching it with her. And glued to the tube, yes. Brie Larson, rightfully so, won Best Actress, just a phenomenal role played and acted by her. Other mentions in this that in a way it's the story of this mother and son, mother who is abducted as a teenager and locked in a shed, and then impregnated by her captivator, and has a child with this individual played by Sean Bridges. And although a small part, well done. He plays some of those roles where you just don't like him. Deadwood's another for a couple episodes there. But yeah, or maybe just the first episode. I think he's in Deadwood. Anyway, small role as it is, well done by Sean Bridges. I think the son, Jacob Tremblay, is just amazing. I've liked him in other movies I've seen him with too. One in particular being Doctor Sleep. I thought his acting in that was superb and just freaked me out, made me feel for the character in the movie. Then again, Stephen King story. Some other mentions, albeit small roles. Joan Allen, she's great in the Bourne Identity saga. She plays the mom in this movie, and while she might have a slightly bigger role than the father, William H. Macey, again, the story focuses mainly on the mother and the son and overcoming this and their post-trauma for such a tragic experience. But Joan Allen is just amazing and does it well. William H. Macey, let me see. Seeing him in this movie makes me think he is one of the greatest actors of all time. There's just such an amazing ability by him to communicate with his facial expressions and even communicating with no dialogue, emotion, and visceral acting. And so basically him being the father and getting to have his daughter after 7 years of abduction come back into his life cannot cope. Here's a spoiler alert, so if you don't want to hear it, stop now and watch the movie and then come back and watch it from this point on. My kind of short 5-minute review. William H. Macey does actually struggle with even being able to look at his grandson because of who the boy is father, well, not father, but provided the semen and sperm and biologically the son of the captivator of his daughter who kidnapped her and raped her and she ended up having a son with. And in a way, you get the sense that this is how she made it through this whole ordeal. And you do get to see in the first third of the movie quite a bit of what their experiences is in this, what they call the room, although it's a kind of insulated and soundproof shed with a big, heavy metal door on it that has a code that only the kidnapper knows. And so they're prisoners here. Her having the son, whom she loves very much, and spends half a decade with, is what got her through the ordeal, and it is her child. You see the love between them. You see the mom and the stepdad being able to kind of cope and adapt to this. But William H. Macy is confronted at one part, and seeing it a second time, I noticed this because I remembered the poignant part in the movie where the daughter, Brie Larson, who is Ma, to Jack, the boy, that's born in the room, she confronts William H. Macy and says, "You can't look at him. Look at my son. Look at your grandson." And he won't do it. He just kind of looks off and pauses, and you could just see his emotion trembling there. And it's poignant. It's such amazing acting, and in the end, doesn't as much as he's mandated to and demanded in the imperative mood from Ma, played by Brie Larson. He won't do it. He won't do it. And silent cinema right here. He says nothing. It's all his acting. It's all his emotion. Wow, one of the greats. I'm going to have to go over some of his other movies, and one of the other ones I really love William H. Macy from is Magnolia by Paul Thomas Anderson. I'll have to kind of get out my DVD, watch that again, and do another review. Anyway, thought I'd quickly make this video. I haven't done one in a while, but I've been busy and haven't been seeing many movies in a while, although I did this weekend sit down and watch Room with my daughter, and we both talked about it the next day. It's just one of those movies that leaves you thinking. And if you haven't seen this, I don't care how many clips are out there on social media or YouTube that you feel like you've seen it. It's a concept. It's a story that must be seen from beginning to end, and rightfully so, because it says so much, and the ending says so much as it leaves it open for the viewer to interpret how their past might go on in this life. Okay, that's all, folks, and see you next time.